We have seen capturing and bubbling in previous question. This section we are discussing a further more important concept, that is what is event delegation. This again is a category of DOM and web related question, and there will be 3 relative questions with this topic. So in previous question we have seen bubbling and capturing. By default the events bubble up. It means that when an event is triggered on an element, the same event is also triggered for the element's ancestors. This very behavior allows one excellent event handler pattern called event delegation. The benefit of this behavior is realized when you have multiple deep level elements, and let's say on the deepest level when an event is fired and you want to handle at a top level. For example, you have a table of 1000 rows and let's say 15 columns, and you want to handle some common execution or common job on click of each cell to execute. Can you even think about giving click event handler to each cell? The answer is absolutely no. I guess now you can understand why this event delegation is so useful. Let's try this practically. Here I have created a table which has 3 rows and a header row as well, and we are showing some data. Imagine that we want to deal with every TD click. Now that is where the problem starts. If you try to handle the event for on click of TD, then it becomes really very difficult. In such cases, if I handle the event on table for example, then because it is going to bubble on every TD click, we will be able to execute this function, because on click event is always going to be fired whenever a TD is clicked, because the events are getting bubbled. So now this is going to be the output. Imagine that we just want to deal with this particular TD. Let's say when I click on this $5, it should give me the information that which element is clicked. How will we do that? That's where the event object helps you a lot. Let's try few things here. First of all, I have written a main click function on table on click. So this function is going to be called every time any cell is clicked. So here, how will I make sure that when TD is clicked, I want to do something? In such cases, you can use the event.target property. Let me write that here, event.target. Not only this, I will also display event.target.tagName. Now this tagName property gives you the information that which element is clicked. Let's say you clicked on TD, you clicked on TH, you clicked on button, you clicked on input, all the elements which you click. If you want to get the type of element, you can use the tag name. So I'm saving this file, and let's say I click on any of the cell. If you observe the console, because we have tried console log, event.target is displaying this value, and the target.tagName displays TD, that is the type of element. So now you can understand that no matter how many elements you have, but if you have this bubbling, then it's really easy to handle the deepest level event in the most easiest way. Let's say when click of cell, you want that the value you need to refer. So you always have this value separately as well. Let's say I just want to refer the value of the cell. So I can say event.target. Because it is an element, I will say inner HTML. This will give me only the value $10 banana 1002. Earlier it was showing us the HTML element itself. It was a complete HTML element reference because we wrote event.target. But here now we are writing event.target.inner HTML. Imagine that a cell of a table has input. For example, here in the last cell, I want to have an input box. Let's try that. Type is equal to text, and I'm going to end it here. Let's try the output. Here I click on this text box. Now if you observe, the first console log is not giving any output because it is inner HTML. Here if I click on any other cell, it does give me the output. But the moment I click here in the text box, it has stopped working. It doesn't show any value. Now even if I type here and click, then also we are not able to refer the value. The reason is that inner HTML will not work with input elements because it is not the content of the element. So here we have to type the value. Now I will refresh. Click here. Of course, because there is no value, there won't be any output. But now if I click here, you see that the value entered in this cell is now referred. And the tag name is input. Now if I click on TD here, that will show me undefined because there is no such thing for an HTML element called value because it has inner HTML. Now how will you deal with this? Let's say every time a cell is clicked, you want the value. Then you will check whether it is an HTML element. Like in this case, we can say if it is TD, the tag name is TD, then display the value. Here you can say if this tag name is TD, then you want to display the value. In this case, we can directly say inner HTML here because it is TD. Otherwise, we'll display the value. That's it. Refreshing the screen. Click here, this value is also getting displayed, and here also you will be able to refer the value. So the advantage of bubbling or capturing can be handled in such situations. Let's discuss relative questions of this topic. First question, how event bubbling or capturing is useful in practical programming world. We have already seen you can discuss this scenario that when you have deep level elements and you want to handle at a top level, then you can use this bubbling or capturing. When I say deep level, that applies to bubbling, but there can be a reverse scenario where you can use capturing, that on top element something is executed, it should go till the end. So that is also possible with capturing. Second question, which property can be used to check the element type on which the event is triggered? So we have seen that if we want to check the element type, we do use the tag name, event.target.tagName. That will be the property. Third question, how can you get value of the element which raised the event? So here we tried event.target.value or event.target.innerHTML. It depends what type of element it is. Depending on that, you use the property to get the value of the element which actually raised the event.